Hi everybody, Patrick here from EngineeringShock.com, ElectronicLessons.com, and PaintballProps.com. Today I'm going to show you one of our new kits / modules that we're going to have up for sale at EngineeringShock.com and PaintballProps.com. It is a motion sensor little security kit with panic alarm. It's got a few options. It's really easy to use. Comes with an AC adapter that plugs directly into the main board. A very loud siren which also plugs into the main board. PIR motion detector that plugs into the board right here, and lastly a 16-digit matrix keypad which plugs into the board right here. So I'm going to assemble it, and it's going to take me less than 30 seconds. Just watch. One thing to notice when you're connecting your PIR sensor, your motion sensor, to the main board has 3 pins: VCC on the right, SIG in the middle for signal, and GND for ground on the left. From this perspective of the PIR sensor, the rightmost pin is VCC, 5 volts, your middle pin is signal, and your left pin is ground. So what I've done is taken a white wire from VCC, connected to the VCC line on the board, a gray wire to the middle pin on the PIR board, and connected it to the SIG pin, and lastly a purple wire to the GND line on the PIR sensor and connected it to the GND pin on the board. Now we're all set to test it. With everything ready to go, I've got my PIR sensor facing upwards. You would mount this as you would see fit. I'm going to be making an assembly video for those of you who want to build this from scratch, and I'll have that posted very soon and linked below in this video. In any case, the first thing you want to do when you power it up is calibrate your PIR sensor. Now in the back of the PIR sensor there are 2 variable resistors, and you can tune them for different sensitivity. And to test that, what we need to do is press and hold down the 1 key while we plug in power. Let go, and it says PIR calibration L, so that means low. And once it powers up, it will be in a funky state for about 10 seconds. So what I've done is I have tuned it to save time in the video by manipulating these 2 variable resistors on the back of the PIR sensor. And so if I move my hand near the PIR sensor, it goes from low to high. So right now it says L for low, and it changes to H. So by holding 1 up during power up, you can turn those variable resistors and tune your sensitivity on the fly. And this is just a calibration mode. If you're looking at the, I'm not sure how well you can see it, I'll stop and I will focus in on the LCD for just a second. The PIR sensor can pick up on a human presence from many meters away, and so right now I'm going to move high, low. So high means that it's picking up on me. I'm moving around right now. And if I move over here and I stay still, now that I've calibrated it, it should remain at L for low for however long until I move into frame and high. So our PIR sensor is now calibrated. Again, you can manipulate those variable resistors on the fly. So to exit from PIR calibration mode, simply press the 1 button. Enter combo. So we don't have any combinations yet. We need an arm-disarm combination, and we also need a panic alarm combination. Now, a panic alarm, once we've entered in a panic alarm combination into EEPROM memory, at any point, even if we unplug power, it's going to remember that code, and we can reprogram it at any time. And if we enter in the panic alarm code, what happens is the loud siren starts blaring, and it's very, very loud. So in order to enter into program mode for the panic alarm, I have to press the buttons star number 22. Enter program mode. So I'm going to enter in my 4-digit combination. My panic alarm is going to be 7777. Code programmed. So now I want to program in my arm disarm code. I'm going to enter star number 11. Enter program mode. And for my arm disarm code, I'm going to create as 1122. Code programmed. So now, what I can do is I'll show you the panic alarm first, and then we'll actually talk about the primary function of this unit. So I'm going to enter. I'm going to cover the siren because it's so loud. I'm going to cover with my hand, and I'm going to press 7777. Alarm. That's much louder than my camera picks up. So in order to leave this mode, I simply have to press 1. Press and hold 1. You have to hold it until the siren stops, at which point it brings you back to the enter combination prompt. So what happens if I press 1122? Countdown. So this is when I would leave the room. I'm going to leave the room. And this will work in light and darkness. It's going to work in light and darkness. The PIR sensor picks up on the infrared spectrum coming off a human body. So after countdown reaches 0, the unit will be active and the LCD will turn off. And now it's essentially just laying dormant. It's sleeping, if you will. And it's waiting. It's waiting for someone to walk by. So I'm just going to stroll on in. And as soon as I come close to it, motion detected. At this point, if I know that I'm walking into the room, I know that this is going to happen. I'm going to cover the alarm. So you have 5 seconds or 6 seconds to basically disarm it. At which point the siren, which is very loud, starts emitting sound. So what I have to do at this point is I have to enter in the arm disarm code again to disarm it. System deactivated. So just to show you, again, I'm going to enter in 1122. To enter into the countdown, I'm going to turn off the light. Or I'm not going to turn off the light. I can't see if I turn off the light. But you can turn off the light. It'll still pick you up in the darkness. And this time I am going to disarm it during the countdown. So we'll just wait for the countdown to finish. And the reason why there's a long countdown is so that you don't trigger it on the way out of the room. LCD goes out. I walk over. Motion detected. So now all I have to do is press and hold the 1 button. System deactivated. So if I know that this unit is in the room and it's detected me, I'm the owner, I'm the primary user, I've got this module hidden somewhere. I know that as soon as I enter in the room that I'm going to trigger the system. So I just walk over and I press 1. However, if I'm an intruder or I am someone who you want to prank, per se, I'm going to walk into the room and I'm going to be like, doot, 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 and all of a sudden the alarm's going to go off, and boy, oh boy, is it loud. Now the siren has 2 mounting holes and some double-sided tape on the back, and there are several mounting holes on the main board, 1 behind the PIR sensor connection, and then 1 in each corner. As well, the LCD has several mounting holes as well. The keypad just requires a piece of double-sided tape or even a thin adhesive or a mild adhesive to put it placed against a hard surface. The PIR sensor, what I would suggest for mounting is to use a large drill. Place this through a project box and a little bit of hot glue. It's that easy. But the siren, as you can see, double-sided tape. Remove the double-sided tape. This is very sticky. It just adheres to any surface, or you can use one of the 2 mounting holes. And again, the siren is very loud. Lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it back in just a second, just to show you that our codes have been saved into EEPROM memory, and they save after power off. I'm going to plug in my unit, and I'm going to enter in an incorrect combination first of 3333. Incorrect combination. What if we enter in 1122? Countdown. So there you have it. If I enter in 7777, my alarm would go off. So this is just it's a fun project. It's neat to have around the house. You know, obviously, if you're looking for a real security system, you should definitely use something along the lines of AT&T. But this is something that you can use for fun and for certain applications. You know, protect your lab. And especially if you put it together yourself, it's a lot of fun to put together. And it's very simple. If you get it in the assembled form, it takes you 30 seconds to put it together, another minute or two to calibrate and test your PIR sensor, and then you're off to the races. However, I'm going to show you how to assemble one in my next video, so that in case you wanted to save a couple dollars and you wanted the challenge of putting a kit together, that you could do that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks again and take care.